Welcome to the JimBob Sports Jamboree with Vikings legend Chuck Foreman, Fox 9's Jim Rich. I'm Bob Sansevere, and our producer, because the other two guys didn't want to show up. One guy's down playing patty cake in Mexico, and the other one, Mike's busy with some business. Mike Morris, the superstar. Hunter Ellis is going. We're going to have Hunter's hot takes in a bit.
Get ready.
They are good.
Oh, he's the hot man.
Good.
Hot cakes or hot takes?
Both.
All right.
We'll take both.
Well, we're going to start off by the question of the week related to the Vikings. Well, there's a couple of questions.
Right.
One involves their Grenard. We'll get to that. But the big one is, who's going to be the quarterback? Jim, you were beginning to tell us, then you piped down on it. Vegas odds for the Vikings starter quarterback week 1 is?
All right, well, what would you guys like to say? Here are the list of guys
Kyler Murray.
that they are saying. Mr. Cousins, Tua, JJ, Trubisky, David Carr, Mac Jones, Malik Willis.
Derek Carr, not David.
Which one? Yes, Derek Carr. Thank you. Which one of those names?
Kyler
Murray?
Or Cousins could be the one, too.
What about JJ?
I like Malik Willis.
Anybody but JJ. I like him, too, but why would you pay him?
Anybody but JJ?
Why would you pay him $30 million when you can get Kyler Murray or even Geno Smith or Kirk Cousins for 1.3? Because the other teams have to pay the difference.
That's true.
And that their team's strapped for cash. So who's Vegas saying?
Vegas is saying at 2-1 odds, which is pretty steep, Kyler Murray is your starting quarterback according to the odds makers. Who do you think number 2 is?
Cousins. Or Geno Smith. Did you mention Geno?
Geno is further way down the list.
It's got to be the guys that are cheap. Cousins.
Kirk Cousins is number 2.
That's what I would figure. They go all the way down.
Number 3.
Number 3. It wouldn't be
Will
2.
That be JJ?
But he'd only be a 1.2. No, JJ might be the bottom of that list. Is he?
Not the bottom, but he is not next.
No.
So they have 3 others outside of the organization.
Not Geno,
with
though.
Better odds to be the starting
Derek
quarterback.
Carr.
Tua.
Yeah, I like Tua.
If he could stay healthy
and
not get concussed.
Right.
He's got the, he
just
put up numbers.
All he's got to do is just don't try to run.
And that's the problem with Kyler Murray, because he likes to run.
Well,
and we're going to get into that in a bit here. But
and
plus
then
he's 5'9".
Then comes J.J. McCarthy at 6-1. The odds for him to be the starting quarterback in week 1, followed by Mitchell Trubisky.
Oh, boy.
Tanner McGee.
Tanner what? McKee?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes. Then Derek Carr, Mac Jones, Malik Willis, 16-1. Joe Flacco, Jacoby Brissett. I mean, they got
it would
so
not
many
shock
names.
me to see Joe Flacco, because he'll be cheap too. But the reason Kyler Murray makes sense, and frankly Kirk Cousins too, is, and Tua, they don't have to pay him next to nothing, because the other team will pick up the difference.
Right.
Well, no, the other teams pay off his contract. So you're just signing him for veterans minimum.
Yes.
Yeah, but the other team had to give up all the money.
Right.
So
When
you don't
cut
have
him-
to.
No, right. Yeah, if you trade for him, then you're stuck with the contract.
the other
But
day-
once they're cut,
DraftKings posted on Twitter/X, who has a better chance of winning the Super Bowl or going to the playoffs if they get Kyler Murray, the Vikings or the Jets? I said it was the dumbest question of the day on X.
No question about that.
The Jets might have a hole or two beyond quarterback. But here's the question I have, and Jim, you know this.
yes.
They had Kyler Light for a brief period in Joshua Dobbs, and he was terrific in his first game because he improvised.
Right.
This is what Kyler Murray does. He improvises.
Right.
But he got put into a box by KOC of drop back, how to run it the way he wants it run. Basically, I'll use a horse term, you're gelding what these guys can do. You're neutering them.
Well, he has his playbook.
I know,
And
but
that's, that's what you have to run.
He
But he's got to adapt to that.
But he won't.
To the type of player he has, though.
Well, he did it. He did the second half of the season
Well-
when he realized that it just wasn't going to work.
What he did is he neutered his playbook and he cut it way down.
Yes. That's what he had to do, because that's the talent he had.
Well, I'm going to go with, and I don't know anything about any of them, but what I want then is, who of this group Frankly, the one that fits it the best is Cousins. Never thought I'd say that. But, I mean, who is the best mentally suited for this type of offense? If you have to bring in any of these guys and pare down, like they did for JJ, your playbook to accommodate them, that's a problem. I mean, obviously, Darnold was able to handle it. And I don't know. I mean, everything I've heard about Kyler Murray is he's a good guy and he's a smart guy, so he should be able to handle it. And keep
But
in
he doesn't
mind,
like to study. Remember, that was the big knock on him, by the way.
well, that's a problem.
Well,
then.
maybe that's because he's so smart he don't have to study.
Well, that could have been.
All I know
That
is
could have been.
when he had DeAndre Hopkins, D-Hop, he put up some numbers. Those two guys can put up numbers. And he's got a guy in Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, who the team reports out of Indy were that they're going to keep him. They love him, and they don't want to get rid of Addison. Jalen Nail is the one who's going, and he'll make some good money.
Yeah, that's
Well,
kind of.
they got to keep Addison.
I don't disagree with you.
All right.
I mean, here's what they need
They got
to
to
do.
come up with a contract. You're not going to let him take that 5th-year option with that money. Wouldn't that be less? Hunter, what do you think? If Vikings pick up the 5th-year option, it really jacks your salary.
For
On
him?
a first year, yes.
He's working on his hot takes or hot cakes.
I'm doing both. I mean, I think it'd be worth it in the long run. Might as well. I mean,
I don't
he's
know. I
been
kind of like Naylor. Less problems. He actually shows up on time for practice.
He is going to be very expensive because he will get a
drives
lot of money
well.
if he leaves.
he drives well.
Yes, he drives well.
He abides by traffic laws.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
doesn't see them
definitely
as just
he's got to go get the
suggestions.
money.
Yeah, he'll get the money.
Yeah,
or is okay. I love this. These guys, like guys like Hunter, his age. You hear him talking. He's gonna go get the bag. He needs the bag. What the hell are they talking about? What, the bag of money?
Yes.
Oh my God! Just say the money. You punk
By
blankety
the way,
blank kids.
so we don't get dinged, we have to say thank you to Bet Online for those odds from Vegas.
Bet Online, yes, and thank you to TWS Remodeling
Exactly.
for sponsoring this show.
Exactly. Tyler Gantz, he's
hard at work.
resting up
Yep,
for
he's
a
definitely
big
resting.
spring because it is going to be super busy. They have taken over a lot of the Rusco business, but if you have projects to get done around your house, go see him. Go see his guys. They could do everything. Dex is his big thing that he's excited about this year, plus siding, plus bathrooms.
Plumbing. They were just at my house today.
Right. Now that's the kind of service you get, right?
Right.
You
Just
called him.
Called
and
him
he said-
yesterday. They were there today.
and done.
And done.
And done.
That's right.
All right, now. So what do you think? Do you think Kyler Murray's the best fit? I'm tantalized by the guy because there is talent. Now, he's he could have played one of the Munchkins in Wizard of Oz. Because you said, is he like 5'9"?
I'm about 5'9", 5'10".
That would make he's the shortest quarterback, a starting quarterback in the league. I mean, he's Flutie's size.
Yeah.
But that's why he has to run in there. You played with a guy who was only a 5'10", right?
Yeah, well,
was
he-
Fran that, or
Fran-
is he 6 foot?
Nah, he was just under 6 foot.
But he could improvise.
Yeah, he could improve, but he didn't have the arm that this guy has.
I like Kyler Murray if he stays healthy, but that's been a problem the last few years. He's gotten dinged.
Right.
And why did they give up on him? Was it the money? But they're paying the money anyway.
Right, but he hasn't gotten them anywhere. They and it's not just him. It takes a team.
Right.
But he has not elevated his teammates, right, in their eyes. You know. He either we'll find out when he lands in another place. Will he be like Sam Darnold, where he wasn't able to connect with the Jets?
Well,
it didn't work out, whatever, and then he gets somewhere else, and all of a sudden he's not the problem. It was his former team.
You know what I learned the other day? That Cardinal fans are very much like Viking fans, because I talked to a Cardinal fan, and he goes, "Yeah, we know Kyler Murray's leaving. He's going to go somewhere else and win a Super Bowl." It's the same thing.
Exactly.
You lose your guy, like what happened with Darnold. Although nobody was predicting that.
But whatever decision they make, whoever's responsible for it,
Right.
that this is the do or die season for the whoever.
For KOC, it is.
Yeah, it is. It's a do it, or it's like winning now.
That's why I think he may lean on Cousins, because as you mentioned, he's familiar with the system. He has succeeded in this system, and they need to be a playoff team. Now, is Kyler Murray good for 1 or 2 years, or how much shelf life does Kyler Murray have? Is he truly your answer for a 4 or 5 year window.
He's only 28.
All right. Well, I'm just
but
that's the question I'm
but
asking.
the thing is, like, JJ has, got loads of talent. He's just immature and inexperienced, and that's what he needs to work on.
Right.
You know.
So in order to keep this JJ McCarthy train rolling,
Right.
maybe Murray isn't that guy, because if Murray comes in here and succeeds,
You don't care, though. You want a guy that can win for you. And you know what? If he's a bridge, fine. But if he's winning and keeps winning, then JJ stays on the bench or you dump him. Because, frankly, I was a supporter of him. He lost me in that final regular season game when he took himself out of the game. And I'm not a former player. Chuck is. And you and I talked about it last week. That stays with the other players. Because the guy, you don't take yourself out of the game. These are, of all the sports, these are the gladiators. They're the warriors. How often did you see in the Roman Colosseum a guy, hey, time out? He walks out with the lion ready to chomp down on him. They don't get to do that.
Yeah.
He did something that really is bad.
Well, and then the other thing, you saw Carson Wentz. He witnessed what Carson went through to try and start.
Right.
And you're trying to build credibility with your teammates that you are the guy.
Right.
You tell me, Chuck. I'm just guessing
No,
what the thought process
you're
would be.
100% right. You want a guy that's going to be able to tough it out when times get tough. And, he took himself out of the game, and that's not. First of all, that would have never happened with Bud Grant. He would have said, if you would have taken yourself out of the game, he would have said, take yourself right on out the stadium. Just walk straight on to your car. Don't go in the locker room. He'll probably have it locked up.
What you don't want, and then we'll break after this, you don't want a guy who acts like a pussy cat. You want a guy who's tough. All right, we're going to take a quick break. The JimBob Sports Jamboree. Be right back. We are back with more of the JimBob Sports Jamboree, brought to you by TWS Remodeling, the superstar Mike Morris. Not with us today, but he'll be back. The legend, Chuck Foreman. Media legend, Jim Rich. I'm little old Bob Sansevere.
Wait, you're the legend of
please.
the quill pen.
Yeah, the
You were
quill pen.
dipping it
It's
in
about-
and writing your articles.
Trust me, there's
back
people
in
who
the
think
day.
I did use a quill pen back in the frickin' day.
Uh-oh, Chuck, you're getting paid.
Oh,
It's a bulletin.
that's the Vikings checking to see what you think of
Free
Kyler
agency
Murray.
is just around the corner.
They loving it?
overseas.
You want to put them on?
44.
Somebody important? They're all important. There you go. Take the call.
That was my brother.
Oh, is everything all right?
Yeah, well, he's probably.
Well, he doesn't know. He didn't answer the phone.
No, I turned him off. I'll call
All
him
right.
back.
All right, now, here's the thing about I'm tantalized by Kyler Murray because we know pretty much what they'll get with Cousins. But here's the big question. People keep saying, all they need is the quarterback. Do you believe that they're a quarterback away from being a Super Bowl contender? I think there's a few other issues, like
Well, now you don't have a running back if Aaron Jones is being shown the door.
you got one, but he could be re-signed for much less or for the minimum if he wanted. The
I
team's
think
not
they
going to
should
clamor
bring-
for him
They should bring him back.
because of his leadership ability
Not
alone.
yet, and plus he can play.
But maybe you make Jordan. They're going to draft the running back, or maybe you make Jordan Mason your number one, and you have him in on passing downs.
I like the running back room. I think it's one of the best in the game.
How about Kenneth Walker? He's a free agent.
Too much money.
Well,
I mean, they're cutting, slashing now.
but guess what? None of that makes a difference if they don't do anything with that offensive line.
That's also a problem. Because
See, I don't
you're going
think-
to need a new center.
That's
He'll
what you
probably
need.
Be showing the door, and
But if Darrisaw is finally healthy, and he wasn't last year,
Or
that's
the
not
year-
a bad
or the year
line with
before.
the center. If
Or
you get a
the
center.
year before.
Well, yeah, because he got hurt the year before.
See?
Find another one. But they didn't have depth on the offensive line. That was a problem.
No.
Big problem.
No, and then if Jonathan Grenard is traded, I mean,
Do you think they're really trying to trade him, or are they trying to?
I think that would be a big mistake.
You think they're trying to let him know we don't have the money? You're going to have to take a cut.
According to Adam Schefter, he put it out there.
Or
Because he's owed $22.3 million, that's his salary cap hit next year. I don't know why they don't just
Redo him.
Rework it, right.
right, and then just give him a signing bonus. And
They
then
still might.
He's a major
Oh,
part of
Unless
our
they think
defense.
Dallas
I don't know.
Turner is going to replace him.
that's what I think they're thinking. But
Yeah, but
just
but
the leadership of Grenard, he is such a great human being.
Well, he's like having
Chuck, he is
he's Aaron Jones in the on the
Yes,
offense.
Yes. on the defense. Right.
No, but Aaron Jones on the
Yes,
offense, Grenard on the
absolutely.
defense.
What number does he wear?
Whatever number he wants.
90.
Was it 44?
No.
Who's the 44?
It's in the 50s.
That's Chuck Foreman.
58.
44.
58.
Who has Chuck's number? They give it out? Because some of them they hold back.
They always do it in the preseason and the guy gets cut.
They give it to a guy who's never going to
Because
make
they
the
know
team.
that they don't want to really give it to somebody.
You know, the first number it's too bad he's not here. We'll have to tell him we said it. The first number they give out every year is 68. The superstar.
Surprised that's not retired.
It should
I'm
be.
shocked that it isn't too.
Both of these should be.
I know, though there should be a lot retired in that organization.
So now they have a different guy now doing their equipment guy.
Right.
But Dennis Ryan, he never gave your number out, right? Did he protect it?
No, I saw somebody wearing it.
Who was that?
I don't know. He was a linebacker.
This year?
Yeah, you know.
Last year, this year.
Who was it?
Josh Metellus wears Chuck's number.
Well,
right
I'll
now.
tell you what, it's not a bad guy to have it.
No, I'm telling you. The only thing is,
should have asked.
the only thing is, I don't know what happened, but somebody was trying to get him and me together to do an autograph thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but
You both got your 44 jerseys.
Wait, he missed, but whoever it was misunderstood because they wanted me to pay to come to the event.
What?
Yeah, but hold up. Now this is the strange thing, and I had to say, wait a minute. You want me to come and you sign 44s?
Yeah.
You know, but you I'm like, you got that backwards. He's wearing my number.
Yeah, you're not wearing his.
I'm not wearing his number. But anyway, so I guess what happened was I think Renard's people, whoever's
Metellus.
Metellus people, where they wanted to get paid.
For you to come and sign?
Yeah, or something like that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So no, but Ben would know about it. Did you know about that, Hunter?
I did not. This is the first time I'm hearing about
Well,
it.
anyway, yeah, it was some kind of weird thing like that. And we had to say, wait a minute, you
What are you,
want-
nuts?
Yeah, that's what we said.
Did you, who wore 44 before you? Did anyone have it or did anyone?
What was this guy's name? He was a running back out of Ohio State, Leo
Hayden?
Hayden.
He had it for a week because he didn't last with the team.
Yeah, but he had some very serious issues, right? Here. And so when I came here, you know, and I kind of figured out what number I wanted to wear. My last name was Foreman. I said, Foreman. Let me try 44. Then when they were getting ready to give it to me, the word was, oh, no, we got another one. We got another Leo Hayden. I'm like, what the heck happened with him? Then they told me the whole story about it. I'm like, oh, man.
He's a first round pick, right?
He was number one trip pick out of Ohio State. And then him and John Brockington, they were in the same backfield at Ohio State.
And one of them turned out to have an NFL career.
Yeah, and then the
other one
other
didn't.
guy, I don't know what happened, but
What was your college number? You in the 30s, right? 32?
32, right.
Did you try to get that here?
Oscar Reed had that, but I didn't even bother to try.
Yeah. 44 turned out okay
I like
for you.
44.
Yeah.
That's how I picked it.
That's a
And
good
then
one.
I knew Leroy Kelly. He went to Morgan State, and of course I used to watch Morgan State when I was. They had a lot of great 44s, you know.
Now I always liked the number, and I'm not sure. I like 47. That was Browner's number, right?
Yep.
And I don't know who else has had it, but that's a good. And the 40 numbers are nice. They're good numbers. They're solid
they are.
numbers.
Yeah.
So what do you see with 44s mostly nowadays? It's running backs, some
I've seen a couple out
DBs,
there.
tight ends?
Yeah, I've seen a tight end with a 44 on.
Well, they can now. The NFL lets you wear anything you want.
Yeah,
There's
back
zero.
when I played, you
there's
couldn't.
ones,
Yeah, you couldn't wear.
twos.
You know.
No, it was classified.
Right. Yeah, the numbers are classified.
I thought it would be a bigger problem when they said you can wear anything you want because you're the quarterback,
Right.
or you're a defensive back, and you go, oh well, 68. I know that guy can't catch, so I don't have to worry about him. And now you see all these
Different. Right.
numbers running around, but
they were-
it hasn't been a problem.
And other than Warren Moon, those low numbers were for kickers.
Yep. Yep.
And Darryl LaMonica, who was number 3.
Yep.
Yep,
Monica.
that's-
Generally, it started
at
at like 9, and then you'd see him going up. You didn't see a lot of 7s. Well, Elway was 7, but prior to him, you didn't see many single-digit numbers.
No, not at all.
All right, now let me ask you about the defense. It seems you look at every mock draft; they all have them now. It looks like taking this safety out of Oregon, and he's supposed to be really good. He had great numbers at the combine, but I don't know anything about him. Do you?
Did you watch him play?
No, I haven't watched him play.
All right.
I just
All
you
gotta do
hear
is
how
put
good
the
he
film
is.
on the combine. This is how fast are you?
In
Can
their
you jump
shorts.
out? But can you play the game?
Well, we know they don't have a
Right.
good experience.
We watched the film on him. That tells you what the guy can do.
They don't have a great experience lately picking safeties in the first round.
Well,
They could have if they took Kyle Hamilton, but that didn't quite work out for them. They decided to trade that opportunity away. So I don't honestly. What's the kid's name again? I'm drawing a blank on it. Heileman or
No, there it is. It's Dylan Thielemann.
Thieneman. All right, well,
He's
good for him.
projected as a first rounder or top 50.
But he had some light. He had a
After
great
his-
40 time.
Yes, he had a very good 4.35 in the 40. Versatile and has instincts, they say. So we will see. But
yeah.
that's a big jump from college to the National Football League.
I'll tell you the guy that if they, and I don't think there's any way that he winds up lasting, but I think he's out of Oregon too. There's that tight end that is he put up great. I mean, he put not only the great numbers, he put up great numbers in college too.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah, Kenyon Sadiq.
Kenyon Sadiq. I mean, first of all, if I'm the Chiefs, I don't let them get past like what is he? They're picking 8th or 9th because they need somebody to take over for Travis Kelce. But if they have a shot at Jeremiah Love, you take him or one of the great receivers. But if he were to slide to 18, he would be. I mean, there's the belief is he'll be an 80 to 100 as a rookie receptions because he's a beast as a receiver. I mean, didn't he run like a 4.3 something?
That's why we got T.J. Hawkinson.
Yeah, he's a speed burner, all right.
I can't believe he's not being floated out there as
He's willing to redo
potential-
anything to stay with the team.
potential cut.
Well, I think he's willing to rework his deal. That's what they need to do. If they want to stay, they got to rework their deals.
Bob, you asked about Sadiq's 40 time, 4.39.
He's a tight end.
He's a tight end.
That's a record for a tight end, right? It's got to be.
It's got to be, yeah.
And he's got the hands, and he can block. I mean, I think he's got to go much higher than many people believe, but he should never get past the Vikings if they have an opportunity. I don't think they will. But we'll see how it plays out. Meantime, let's take a quick break. The JimBob Sports Jam will be right back. You want to talk hockey?
Who are we presented by?
Well, everybody knows TWS Remodeling. Goes without saying, but we'll say it anyway. All right, we'll take that quick break. During the break, we'll decide what we're going to talk about next. We're back with more of the JimBob Sports Jamboree with Vikings legend Chuck Foreman, Fox 9's Jim Rich. I'm Bob Sansevere. Hunter Ellis, our producer. Hunter's hot takes coming up. But first, he has a Kyler Murray observation for us. Lay it on, Hunter, and make it good.
All right, this one comes from the great Aaron Gleeman. He tweeted out yesterday, if the Vikings sign Kyler Murray, maybe the Twins can get his MLB rights from the A's to add some outfield depth.
Well,
How about that? Play some chess, not checkers.
unbelievable.
Make him a two-sport athlete, the next Dion.
You know what? They can just get one sport out of him. I think that would be plenty. I really want to. You know what, Chuck? You and Jim, because I don't go to the facility anymore. I'm not on the field. You guys, if they get Murray, you got to come back and tell us what his true height is. Because if they list him at 5'10", he could be 5'7". They're always throwing a few inches on there.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. I don't know, though. You really think that's the way they need to go? You're done with McCarthy. Chuck, are you done with him?
I'm not done with him at all, but I think he needs to sit and mature a little bit.
Maturity's the big thing.
Mature, man. And then you can give him some experience, but right now I think he'll cost you more than help you.
If I'm making the decision for the Vikings, I am going to gather everything possible on one guy I know a lot about. The thing I want to do a deep, deep dive, and you made a reference to it about Kyler Murray not studying. That's a major mark against him. But if I'm making a decision, as much as I was not a fan of his, I think the best thing for this team might be Kirk Cousins because he knows the system, and you know that he knows how to get the ball to Justin Jefferson.
But they better get somebody here who's going to win, help him win. I mean, this coaching staff is on the bubble.
Right.
I mean, I don't care. I mean, you can be the quarterback whisperer and all that. Well, they whispered
You know
them
what, though?
on to Seattle to a Super Bowl, and the other one's in Indianapolis. And
See, to me, some of the problems, though, even when Cousins was here, it was on KOC. Because I'll go back to what happened with Darnold those last 2 games when they went to Detroit, got slaughtered because the offensive line could not keep them out, but never made an adjustment. I'm talking about KOC.
Right.
From that game to the Rams game to keep in another tight end, to keep it back there to help with the onslaught. It was the exact same thing. They lost because of coaching, not because of Sam Darnold.
no doubt about it.
And they got to just beef. They don't have to just beef up the offensive line. They need to be able to adapt on the fly in a game. And I don't think KOC has shown he can do that.
We've not seen it yet.
No, and that's what we need
haven't
to
seen
see.
it
So it doesn't matter who the quarterback is.
How many times did the Vikings come out in the second half and rally to win? Right?
Crickets.
Not
Chicago, week 1.
right. And that's
about it.
That was about it.
Well, the thing about it is, maybe though, I mean, as we're talking, maybe Kyler Murray is a good fit for that reason if he lets him do it, because if there's an onslaught, he's going to be able to get away better than certainly Cousins could.
Right.
Because
But
he'll improvise and start
I think
running.
you have to decide if you're done with J.J. McCarthy or not. If you're not done with him, I think you go with Kirk Cousins because he only has a year, maybe 2 left with him. And he's not going to sabotage J.J. McCarthy. He will do everything to help that kid. You want somebody to show him how to be a pro. Cousins is that guy. We saw it in the Netflix series Quarterbacks,
Right.
where he's studying all the time. He's memorizing, calling the plays while he's driving to the facility.
He is a good guy. I mean, as a guy, he's a great guy.
Right.
Right.
And he's a family guy, and he's not going to take the young guy astray.
No.
He will actually help him. Where, we heard the stories of Favre when he had Rodgers. He's like, I'm not helping this guy. Rodgers helping Love. Nah, they're on their own. I think Cousins would say, yep, I can help you out with this. This is what you need to look at. So Kyler Murray, I don't know if he'd be interested in.
He wants a job, and he wants to stay somewhere.
Right. He doesn't
But
want
if
to
you're
be
the
here for a
Vikings,
year or two.
you keep McCarthy, and if it doesn't work out, but you cannot bring a guy in and say, oh, next year we'll give it. He hasn't proven he's ready, and I thought he would be. But I don't think he's put in the work, and he hasn't put in the work. And now, though, he is out in California with some quarterback guru.
Well, these are the people that worked with him before.
Well, but they also work with Brady, and they worked with Baker Mayfield when he turned things around. He's worked with a lot of quarterbacks who've had success.
Right. He was there before the draft with those guys.
Well, but he needs to do a little bit more work then. But, I mean, I'm between Murray and Cousins. However, I will say one thing. I have a guy that's a sponsor of the BS show, Dave Bialke. He went to one of these things because he won it. It was a small get-together with the Vikings. They don't tell you who the player is going to be. And it turned out to be Adam Thielen. And Thielen said that he played with Rodgers with Pittsburgh after they let him go here. Mm-hmm. Said he did something no quarterback's ever done, and he had great respect for it.
So this was recent.
This past year.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, so I wouldn't have a problem with Rodgers either, because I had a different respect for him. After the regular meeting, he brought all of the receivers and running backs in a room, and he quizzed them. What's your job on this play? What are you supposed to do? No, you're not doing that. This is what you got to do. I mean, he wanted to make sure they all knew what page they needed to be on. And that surprised me because Rodgers always seems like maybe he was worried about himself. He don't want to get hurt. But to me, that's the kind of quarterback you want. And you're not going to have plays that Rodgers can't figure out. No. He's seen everything.
Right.
So I'd have no problem with any one of those three. My problem with Geno Smith is some guys, even at 32 or 33, hit the wall. So he looked like the last 2 years he hit the wall. So I don't know if he's done, like look what happened to Russell Wilson. He hit the wall. I mean, he was terrific for a few years.
But if I remember correctly, every time I saw Geno Smith play,
he was on his back.
That's right. He took 2 steps back. And nobody can play like that.
No, and I give him that. Absolutely, I give him that. But he did, he led the league in interceptions and I think turnovers 2 years in a row. But some of that could be the offensive line. Although he went from Seattle's line, and that was happening, to the Raiders. Maybe he could still do it. I just know if you have to take a look at guys, first of all, he would cost more money. I want a guy who's not going to cost that costs $1.3 million. Now, Rodgers would cost more.
Well, the problem is if you don't have the right guy, it's going to cost you your job. So you don't need to worry about the salary cap right now. You got to get things going.
And that's why
in the
he
right
can't worry
direction.
about J.J. McCarthy if you're Kevin O'Connell. You got to worry about keeping the job.
Kevin's job is on the line,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
absolutely. So he has to. So who do you think is the best quarterback for this team? Not bringing McCarthy into the mix. Is it Murray or is it Cousins?
If you weren't bringing JJ into the mix, I'd say Murray. Because he gives you a lot of different options.
See, I'm with Chuck on
that. If that offensive line does break down.
The more I think about it, I like.
But if you're going to go with
the
bring in
bridge.
Kirk Cousins, and he's just going to JJ's the guy that's going to take over. Then you bring in.
But
him.
what if he flops? I mean, I'm just tantalized by Kyler Murray because I've had him in my fantasy team a few years, and he really let me down. So I'm hoping he can do better. No, but I saw what he did with Hopkins. He was phenomenal with him.
Yeah, well, maybe because Hopkins was a dynamic receiver.
Like Justin Jefferson. That's what I'm saying. And this is a guy also that, he could run for touchdowns too. He offsets a running game that's not, terrific. He helps that running game. He makes the running backs better. And Chuck, you and I are on the same page about even let's say Aaron Jones is not part of the mix. I like Jordan Mason.
I do too. I like their running back room, every one of them.
And they still got Chandler, right?
Yep, and I think it's one of the strongest running back rooms in the league.
But that's with Aaron Jones. I mean, just because they're going to cut him doesn't mean he won't come back.
Well,
for less money.
Only thing I know, he'll be playing for somebody.
Well, and if he doesn't, if I'm the Vikings, they already got 28 head coaches, assistants. I would bring him in as helps with the running backs because you want him to be around that team in some fashion. Him and Grenard, and I hope they do keep Grenard because, like you said. You cannot underestimate the value of a team leader. Chuck could talk about that better than any of us.
No doubt about it. We had a great one in Jim Marshall, and we had a couple of other ones too.
Who was the offensive team leader? Was it Tingelhoff?
Tingelhoff, Tingelhoff was the captain, but there was Ed White. To me, the guy that was the leader on that offensive line. Even Ryan Urie, as great as he was, I've seen Ed White just snatch him up one day and just say, "Hey." Get on your job. And they were best friends.
What's that movie where you had me at hello with Tom Cruise? Chuck, you said with Ed White, you had me when you ripped the phone book.
That was it.
When he ripped the New York size phone book in half.
Rookie, if you don't follow me, and before you even got the me out, the book was... He tore it in half. I was scared.
Well, he was the strongest man in football. He won the arm wrestling a couple years, right?
And I'm just a rookie, and I'm just trying to feel my way. I just came back from the All-Star game in Chicago, and I'm just like...
Which you guys won, right?
Yeah, but no, we didn't win that. But we played the Miami Dolphins, and we darn near beat them.
Was that the undefeated team you played?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Can you imagine that if they still did that game? Mm-hmm. I mean... Where
it was crazy
college
to think about
all-stars playing the Super Bowl champion.
Yeah.
I mean, what an eye-opening experience that must have
I got to
been.
ask quick. Did the Super Bowl, did the Dolphins play their starters or did they play all their scrubs?
No, they played
They played to win.
They played to win.
Jeez. That's different, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they were coming.
That's something. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We've been teasing it all show. We're going to take the quick break. We're going to come back and hear Hunter's hot takes or hotcakes. Take that quick break. JimBob Sports Jam brought to you by TWS Remodeling. Be right back. We are back with more of the JimBob Sports Jamboree with Vikings legend Chuck Foreman, Fox 9's Jim Rich. I'm Bob Sansevere. This show brought to you by TWS Remodeling. Also brought to you by TWS Remodeling is Hunter's Hot Takes or Cakes.
Yeah, whichever one you like. We'll stick with takes for right now, but depending on the sponsorship situation, maybe we can get some hotcakes in there.
Hunter, get on with it, will you?
Yeah, all right, I will. My first take, hockey is hot in the streets right now. Everybody's talking puck after the Olympics. I have come to the conclusion as a Minnesota Wild fan that Quinn Hughes is the greatest player in franchise history. That is my hot take that I will stand by. He's only been on the team for, 2-3 months? He has already solidified himself as a class above everyone else who has played for this team. The man is an artist out there on the ice, and I can't get enough watching Quinn Hughes. He is the greatest Wild player.
The other night, he had a pretty impressive goal.
He certainly did. And every single night he comes and puts up numbers. The guy skates circles around everybody. I know, Jim, you're a big hockey guy. What do you think about Quinn?
You were right on. I mean, he is a difference maker. He has made this team a Stanley Cup contender.
Even without, I mean, they're not going to get his. They had a shot at his brother until he scored the game winner.
Yeah, then the price went through the roof for Jack Hughes. That's the target for Billy Gare. And if he somehow can get him here over the summer, do a off-season trade to get him here, because then that solves your problem of getting Quinn to sign an extension. Because like we talked about before, Chuck, with you, he is the spin doctor of hockey, because it looks like he has nowhere to go, nowhere to escape, and all of a sudden he spins out of it and is gone.
I've seen a couple of highlights on him, and he is special. So, and to do that on ice too, that's a big deal. But he's athletic, and he's a hockey player, but he's a great athlete.
There are great players in the NHL. How many teams have a guy that lifts everyone around them the way he does? Not every team has a guy like that.
Well, no.
They didn't forever here.
No, they didn't forever here. And he's a guy that has elevated the whole team because of what he shows them by his puck possession. Like, they have statistics now on everything, right? His holding the puck is a second longer than anyone else in the NHL per game. So he has the puck longer than anybody else. And now his teammates, I've talked to Brock Faber about this, who's paired with him most times, and he goes,
his numbers have gone through the roof.
Right, and he said, it's kind of opened my eyes of how to look at the game. I mean, there's times where Quinn Hughes just stops and lets the game go, and everybody keeps going away, and it gives him another 2 seconds to figure out what he wants to do next. And the rest of the team now, instead of just getting the puck and firing it in and panicking, they just hold it, look for options, and the team is so much more, one, entertaining to watch, and two, creative in the offensive zone, right? I mean, you see it.
Every
Before
night.
They would just dump it in. Now you got guys curling back and holding the puck, and they got guys rotating through, and it's just like, whoa, where did this team come from?
All right, I'll ask both of you hockey aficionados this. If I'm the Devils, I'm putting money aside to offer it to him so I can team him with both his brothers.
Well, that's the problem.
I mean, he could have both his brothers play with him.
This is why the Wild were able to trade for him, because Vancouver tried to sign him to an extension, and Quinn said, no, I'm moving on. I'm going to go play with my brothers. Well, he can't become a free agent until next summer, not the one coming up. So the Wild
So he has
can
two
have him for
this season
2
and
years.
next season.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Well, they could get the brother then.
right.
What
so
about both of them?
So they have
The other one's worthless?
The third one will just follow along. I mean, Luke is just going to go, whatever. I'll go where they tell me to go.
You're cold. You definitely are a New Jersey boy.
Yes, he is.
And he's a Jersey. He's a Jersey guy.
Maryland fellas are pretty rough too.
He's a Jersey guy, man.
Yeah, and they could have had a shot at Jack because the Devils are not having a good season. They're second to last, I think, in the Eastern Conference. So there was an opportunity where, it's not going well for us.
Then he scored that damn goal.
Right. And he had 3 others in the Olympics. He had 4 goals in the medal round, and that was when it was like, oh, he's kind of good. So if you're running New Jersey, you can't trade Captain America away.
He also
right now. You could maybe over the summer after things settle down and he gets his teeth fixed and he blends in with everybody.
No knock on Quinn, but Jack is the lively one.
Oh, yeah.
He's the one with the personality.
Quinn is all hockey. That's all he does. He doesn't do video games. He doesn't. Like, I heard an interview with one of his former Canuck teammates, and NHLers, they don't share rooms. He shared a room with another guy because they'd sit up all night and look at video. Quinn would have the video guy cut up clips of people.
Right.
And they would sit there and rank who's the best right-handed shot defenseman in the league. And they'd look at video clips. And his former teammates said, we'd be sitting up till 3:30 in the morning looking at video. No, look right here. He said, that's all Quinn wanted to do was talk hockey, do hockey, get on the ice, and practice.
I just know one of my favorite video clips from the Olympics was after they won, the goaltender, I think it was
Connor Hellebuck.
Yep.
The
Quinn in the
USA?
middle, leaning on him because he couldn't stand up, and Jack babbling away.
Oh, yeah.
Because those guys, they were hitting those Coors Light pretty heavy.
I don't think it takes many Coors Lights to affect Quinn.
Well, I mean, you know, when you look at him on the ice and then you see him, he's slight.
Yeah, he's a little bit smaller than me.
But he's slighter than Jack, too.
Oh, yeah.
To have the talent he has is just a little guy. Yep. How tall is he? 5'10", 5'11"? Or is he?
Yeah, probably.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, but I mean, that's the beauty of the NHL. It's like there's nobody that can ever play in the NBA.
Well, I mean, Gretzky wasn't big.
No, but that's what's great about the sports. You do have these mammoth guys like the guy the Wild just traded for who's 6'6" without his skates.
Looking at that guy on skates, it's incredible how big he is.
Yeah, and he's beaten up many of his new Wild teammates. So
over the years,
they're kind of glad to have. Yeah, I think was it Jake Middleton said he's fought him 3 times and he's got clobbered every time by him. So he's glad he'll be sitting in the same locker.
A lot of offers in that one.
Oh yeah. You don't beat this guy.
Well, okay. How much? Let's ask that question. How much better does he make this team to have a bruiser like that?
It doesn't.
No, I mean to beat guys up. Not that he's going to help you out.
It's not going to win you a Stanley Cup. You know, yeah, it'll help you intimidate in the early rounds, but when it gets serious, you can't afford a guy to go out and take a penalty, right?
You could if he takes out the best player on the other team.
Foligno just got put on injured reserve, so I think that's why they brought him in. Also, Marco Sturm really hasn't been doing the job they thought he was going to do. This guy also can win faceoffs, they say, something that's Achilles' heel for the Wild right now. So if McCarron can do that, then he'll find a role here.
So how, in comparison, is Kirill lifted his game too because of what they've been able to get from
I think there's more to come out of Kirill and Quinn. I don't think they're on the same page yet, just because Quinn, like I say, you watch him and you think, okay, he has option A, B, C, and he comes up with option D and E. And you're like, whoa, I didn't even see that. And he's surprised teammates with passes that they didn't think they were open, and all of a sudden the puck's on your stick and they fumble it and can't finish. So I think there's more refinement to the chemistry between those two. So, yes, Kirill has benefited, but I think there's more to
I got to ask. I know you can. Chuck, if I can skate straight, once I'll go whipping by that net, and hopefully there'll be a big mound of snow to stop me. Can you skate? Do you skate?
Yeah, I used to skate.
Because you were an athlete.
Yeah, I used to skate, but not like that.
I did. I rollerbladed around the lakes.
My brother could really. I mean, I could skate. We had a little roller skating rink, but.
But what about you, Hunter? You big ice? Were you an ice hockey player?
I did not. I played football and baseball growing up, so not a skater. But growing up in Mound, we used to go out on Lake Minnetonka all the time. Skated, played pond hockey at the local schools. So I can skate. I can stop. I can go backwards. Sort of.
How offended were you when people would call it the armpit of the lake?
People still call it that. I look at it as a badge of honor. To be honest, we're not. We're a little more blue collar, a little rough around the edges compared to those folks over in Orono and Wayzata.
I used to live in Orono. I was on the city council for 8 years. Pow!
Nothing wrong with Orono.
He was probably the one that was calling you guys that.
I invented the term.
He probably said, look, we don't want to be like Mound. Listen to my plan.
I said, armpit, they're the scrotum of the lake.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's terrible.
Those are fighting words.
Nothing wrong with that. The groin. How about the groin of the lake?
It's a good groin. Good, strong groin. Not a lot of pulls.
All right. All right, so you have covered this team since its inception. Is this better prepared than any team they've had to make a Stanley Cup run? Or they still have a deficit?
Yes, they still have a center position deficit.
Nobody in that Iowa team to bring up?
No, there's nothing there. If they add one more piece, yes, but I think even the way they're built right now, they can be much better because they have 2 goaltenders now. Kind of like they can ride that. You add Hughes, you have Faber stepping up his game. Matt Boldy has taken his game to a way another level. He's been ridiculously good.
He's arguably the team MVP right now. I mean, Quinn is probably their best player, but
Boldy has more goals, I think, than Kaprizov. Right?
Yeah.
All right, let me ask you a quick question. Stupid question, because I'm not a hockey guy. Is there a scenario where for one shift you could throw Quinn at center? Could he play? He probably could play it, right?
He would just.
After watching that goal the other night, the guy is lightning on skates.
Right, but I think he likes being at the blue line because you can see.
No, I know that. I'm not talking about moving his position, but just to shake things up a little.
I don't know what you'd gain from.
I'm just wondering. You need a center, you put him there.
If he can win a face-off, but then have him take the draws. But
there you go. All right, Jim, Chuck, Hunter. You know what? Tyler, superstar out. Hunter in.
Wow.
I can get behind that.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Well, I'm going to cut that
Those
out so
are
they
two
can't
big
hear it.
Guys, so
You snooze, you lose.
You go ahead. You try to move those two out of their chair if they want to stay there.
Yeah, both of us 6'8".
That's all right. I'm not Quinn Hughes size.
Hunter's
I can
one of the few
maybe
guys
take him.
bigger than Mike Morris.
Really? Did you hear that?
What-
We're
say
playing
that again.
back
Say that
for
again.
you.
What was that? You said what?
I got good size. I can handle my own against
Oh,
this.
listen to him. All right.
Not Quinn Hughes size.
Getting cocky. All right. Thank you. Hey, we'll talk to you next week when we'll have a better. We may know who the Vikings quarterback is because they're not going to dawdle here. Once that new year begins next week, they're going to be right on it.
Well, we'll
so
see.
we'll take a quick week-long break. And the JimBob Sports Jamboree brought to you by TWS Remodeling. We'll be back next week.
All right.